Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike back again. Today is Monday, October 26th, and I'm finally getting to do my September update. I hope Halloween Day, Saturday, I'm going to do my October DVD and Blu-ray update because I've got some really cool stuff in October. Um, in September, I picked up 19 titles, but so far in October, I have picked up 31, and there's still 5 days left to go. I am waiting for that Hellraiser set from Arrow Video to come in, so I'm pretty excited about that. Tomorrow, Army of Darkness from Scream Factory, the 3 Blu-ray set, is coming in. And I got a lot of other great horror titles in October, and some non-horror stuff as well. Uh, September wasn't as big of a month, and so you may not be quite impressed with what I got, but I did get some cool stuff in September. So without further ado, as they say, let's get right into it and make this not that long. DVDs. Let's see, what did I get? I got 9 DVD titles and the rest on Blu-ray. Start out with probably the only comedy title, which is Robot Chicken Season 7 on DVD. This is just a show that I really enjoy. 2 DVD set, Seth Green, all that stuff. You know, if you're a child of the 80s like I am, born in 77, 13 years old when 1990 came around, you know, you get all this stuff. The Star Wars figures, the He-Man figures, Thundercats, all that kind of crap. And they do some really funny stuff, like the Star Wars trilogy, I guess they did, which is available on its own discs. I really enjoy Robot Chicken. I think it's funny, and the new season just started last week. So I really enjoy that. Now, here's something I found just by searching. I actually was searching for some Wes Craven stuff, and I put his name in the search engine and came up with this, even though he's a very small part of it. It's called Dark Dreamers, Volume 1. I wasn't able to find any other volumes. But from the Masters of Fear, it's 4 DVDs and over 10 hours of interviews. Pretty simple case there. But, it's by Stanley Wyatter, who is a talented journalist. And I'll just read the couple sentences. Join award-winning author Stanley Wyatter as he interviews the world's greatest horror and fantasy writers, artists, actors, and filmmakers. In close-up, insightful conversations originally recorded for the Dark Dreamers television series, which I gather was something that ran in Canada. The years on this is 2000-2001, 624 minutes on 4 discs. And just listen to some of these names. Clive Barker, Forrest J. Ackerman, Famous Monsters, Filmland. Richard Matheson, John Saxon, Jack Ketchum, Peter Straub, Harlan Ellison, Richard Lehman, William F. Nolan, and George Clayton Johnson, the geniuses behind Logan's Run. Larry Cohen, Larry Cohen, Q the Winged Serpent, and so many others. Joe Stefano, The Outer Limits, and the screenplay, of course, for Psycho. Charles Band, Puppet Master, Empire. Wes Craven, of course. William Lustig, Maniac Cop, all those, Uncle Sam, all those great movies. Stan Winston, great creature maker, director of Pumpkinhead. John Landis, Sean Cunningham, Friday the 13th. Craig Spector, an interview with the K&B Effects Group, all 3 of them. Richard Christian Matheson, the son of the famous Richard Matheson. This is just a great set, and I have watched all 10 plus hours, and there are some fucking fantastic interviews on here. Seek this out. I got this for under $20, and it is worth it. I mean, it concentrates probably more on fiction writers than anything else, but there are filmmakers here, there are special effects guys, and it's all, horror and fantasy and sci-fi, mainly horror, and really insightful. I mean, there's virtually no production value. It's just two guys in a room talking. But I can't say enough. I mean, if you're into, how these people get their inspiration, and it's just great, And these names are huge, huge luminaries in the field. So, there that is. Also on DVD, 2-disc special edition, unrated director's cut of True Romance. I'm sure this is available on Blu-ray, but I got this. It's got, one of the sliding slip covers. I got this. I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. Of course, I'm well aware he didn't direct this, but he did write it. And, well, I got this for the numerous special features. The feature film on 1, special features on disc 2. Tons of stuff. I mean, there's 3 commentaries, one with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, one with the late, great director Tony Scott, and one with Quentin Tarantino, who doesn't really do commentaries on his own films. So, a rare commentary by Tarantino. And this is a great movie. Director's storyboard track, there's DVD-ROM features, and that's all on disc 1. Disc 2, there's behind-the-scenes interactive featurette, selective commentaries from Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Brad Pitt, Michael Rappaport, tons of deleted and extended scenes with optional director's commentary from Tony Scott, alternate ending, optional director and writer commentaries on that, cast and crew, publicity gallery, trailers, TV spots, a vintage 1993 featurette, an animated photo gallery, and this is a really cool movie, True Romance. Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette starring. Dennis Hopper is Patricia Arquette's father. Just a great, great movie. Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, of course, plays a gangster in this. Brad Pitt in an early role as a stoner. Christopher Walken, I almost forgot him. I'm reading the credits on the back. I almost forgot to mention the great Christopher Walken. The only person I don't like in this is that prick Brad Pitt, but otherwise it's a fantastic, fantastic cast. Of course, Harvey and Bobby Weinstein, the Weinstein brothers produced film, 2 hours. Great, great movie. Now, in October, you will see that I did get all the Star Trek movies on Blu-ray, but the DVDs do contain some commentaries and special features that aren't available on the new Blu-rays, so I am collecting the DVDs. I have them all now. Matter of fact, I'll just show them to you just real fast. These will be talked about more in my October feature, but I did get the 2 sets. This is the one, the original 6, Star Trek's 1 through 6, and these are the 4 that feature the Next Generation cast. Of course, the first one is kind of a crossover, but, we'll get into that. And so it's 10 movies on 10 discs, plus a bonus disc on either one. Over 3 hours of special features and 7 hours of previously released content. Over 2.5 hours of new features and over 12 hours of previously released content. Plus at least 1 commentary, sometimes up to 3 commentaries. So yeah, I have my complete Star Trek Blu-ray collection. But there is some stuff on the DVDs that, you don't find. So I already have Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and now I have Star Treks 4 and 6, The Voyage Home and The Undiscovered Country. These are the old DVD doubles, 2-disc sets. They come like that, little booklet inside. You can see these are old. They don't make cases like this anymore, and I got these used at FYE, which is why they're broken and the damn discs won't quite stay in. And, you know, they're even different. Like, that one was set up like that. This one is set up like this with no booklet. I'm sure there probably was one, but since I got these used for about $3 each, can't complain. So, and they say the, you know, Star Trek, the even movies are better. I agree for the most part, except for Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which I think is great. But 4 and 6 here, great movies. 4 directed by Leonard Nimoy. 6, 6 is when Nicholas Meyer, the director of Wrath of Khan, came back to direct the swan song for the original cast. Tons of special features on these as well. A lot of them ported over to the Blu-rays, which I just showed you, and some which weren't, which is why I am collecting these. I do intend to get all 10. So far, I just have 2, 4, and 6. But I will be going to my local FYE and flea markets and such to try to find these used at cheap prices. I don't really care if they're new or used because, you know, I have the Blu-rays. Okay, moving on. Stephen King territory. This one I got at Best Buy for like $5. The Green Mile. I know the lighting sucks, sorry, but this is the 2-disc, 2 DVD set here. Not one of my favorite Stephen King movies, but definitely one of my favorite Stephen King books. Of course, if you know anything about Stephen King, you know this was released the way Charles Dickens used to release books, like in little chapbooks, you know, like he released, you know, in 6 different parts over 6 months. Plenty of special features on here. Commentary by Frank Darabont, who also did The Shawshank Redemption. Making of, there's a 6-part documentary, original makeup tests for Tom Hanks and Michael Clark Duncan, teaser trailer, and just to show you what I'm talking about, got them here. Yeah, you can get The Green Mile, of course, now in a single book, but these are the original. I still have these. This is the way these originally came out. The Green Mile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can see, you know, as they came out way back in 1996, March of 1996, Part 1 came out, and 6 months later, in August of 96, Part 6 came out. So you see, I mean, in each of these is about, well, that one's 91 pages. Yeah, they're all about 90, 92 pages. The last one is 138 pages. The first 5 are 92. And so that's the way The Green Mile originally came out. They look very cool on your bookshelf. You can get them, of course, as a single book, like the rest of those on the top. By the way, that whole top shelf is Stephen King. And behind all those paperbacks there are all my Stephen King hardcovers. So I have every Stephen King book with the exception of maybe 2 or 3. Looking very much forward to The Bazaar of Bad Dreams, his new short story collection coming out November 3rd. Check that out if you're into reading. People should read more. But, well, that's not what this video is about. So, The Green Mile. Decent movie, awesome book. And this is a little bit different. I got Misery used on DVD. I know there's a Blu-ray out, but I don't think the Blu-ray has any special features. So I got this used at FYE. You can see $7.99. These horrible stickers that you can't quite get off without ruining it. It's got the old DVD slipcover, and this does have special features. Let's see. Audio commentary by Rob Reiner, the director, who of course also directed Stand By Me, another great Stephen King movie. One of the few great Stephen King movies. Most of his movies truly suck, although his books are fantastic. He is my favorite writer. Right up there with Clive Barker, Dean Koontz, Richard Matheson, Kurt Vonnegut, so many other great writers. Another audio commentary by screenwriter Bill Goldman. Featurettes, 7 different featurettes, much of them about stalking and real life stalking laws. Annie Wilkes, played by Kathy Bates, and James Caan plays Paul Sheldon, who of course crashes and is saved and then tortured by Kathy Bates, his number one fan. This was a real tour de force. This is a great movie. Unlike most Stephen King movies, where they really ruined the book in movie form, this was really well done by Rob Reiner and James Caan and Kathy Bates. Did she win the Oscar? I know she was nominated for stuff. Yeah, she was the 1990 Best Oscar winner in the actress category for Misery. So this is a really good film. Not overly long, 107 minutes. I would like to get the Blu-ray, but I wanted to get the special features. And for $8 used with the slipcover in not too bad condition, there you go. And Bruce Campbell in Bubba Hotep, which was originally a short story by another famous favorite writer of mine, Joe R. Lansdale. He's a great writer, Texas guy. Furthest thing away from my mind, I'm a Northeastern Philadelphia guy, so I have that Philadelphia, New York mentality. I don't relate to Texas. I don't relate to the southern United States at all. But Joe Lansdale helps me relate. His stories are Texas-based, a lot of them, and southern-based. And this was originally a short story and adapted for the screen here. And just really a fantastic movie. This is a great set. Comes with this cool little booklet here. And what I haven't mentioned is the 3 people who really make this work. It is directed by Don Coscarelli, who did the Phantasm movies, so right there you've got something. Co-stars Ossie Davis, great black actor, civil rights pioneer, fantastic guy, married to Ruby Dee for many years, another civil rights pioneer. Ossie Davis was in the pilot for Night Gallery. Check that out. And, of course, Bruce Campbell. Like I said, I'm waiting for Army of Darkness to come in the mail tomorrow. Bruce Campbell is just fucking awesome, and I can't wait for Saturday night to watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead. But this movie is just fantastic. So there's an audio commentary from Coscarelli and Campbell. There's another audio commentary, as it says in quotation marks, The King. So it's Bruce Campbell doing a commentary as Elvis, which is just hilarious. Joe R. Lansdale, the author, reads from Bubba Hotep, deleted scenes with optional commentary. 4 featurettes, music video, photo gallery, trailers, and TV spots. Just great. This is about a guy who wakes up, we see him wake up in an old folks home. Is he Elvis? Is he not? Is Ossie Davis JFK, even though he's a black guy, and JFK obviously wasn't a black guy, but he believes he is. So it's a conspiracy, comedy, fantasy, horror, sci-fi. Just a great movie. It's like just fantastic. And if you haven't seen it, see it. And if you have seen it, read the short story by Joe Lansdale. It is really good, and you can see, you can compare that story to this movie and see what you think. Let me know. I think the short story isn't as good only because, well, Bruce Campbell. When you're reading the short story, that guy could be anybody, but Bruce Campbell just does something with the characters. And Coscarelli does a great job directing. Now, on Blu-ray, I have the first 4 Dirty Harry movies. The 5th one is not available on Blu-ray unless you buy the box set, which I did not. So I got the 5th one, Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry, and the Deadpool on DVD from the Dirty Harry collection. This has a commentary by David Valdez and Jack N. Green, the producer and cinematographer, a new featurette, The Craft of Dirty Harry, and the complete trailer gallery for all 5 Dirty Harry movies. And this was the last one. This is the one that Jim Carrey plays the rock star who, in the beginning, dancing around the Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. Patricia Clarkson from Everybody Loves Raymond in the middle is in this. And, of course, Liam Neeson. He plays a movie producer in this. Director, producer, or something. I don't quite remember. But, yeah. So, early roles for Jim Carrey and Liam Neeson. Late roles for Dirty Harry. But this is... If you like Death Wish, if you like Dirty Harry, the Deadpool is good stuff. Now, moving on to Blu-ray, but sticking with Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood, John Malkovich, and Rene Russo in the Line of Fire. Clint Eastwood plays a semi-disgraced Secret Service agent who was there when JFK was shot. Always has a chip on his shoulder because he feels like he didn't do his job and allowed the President Kennedy to get assassinated. Kind of blames himself. And years later, this maniac played by Malkovich is after him, and it's really cool action drama kind of movie. And this Blu-ray, rather nice, some interior artwork, even some disc art. And let's see, yeah, it's got a commentary by Wolfgang Peterson, who directed, so that's a good thing. And 1, 2, 3 featurettes. Behind the scenes with the Secret Service, how they do that and catching the counterfeiters, The Ultimate Sacrifice, making of documentary, and deleted scenes. This movie comes in at running time. Every time I look for a running time, I can't seem to find it. Well, anyway, it's from 1993, and trust me, it's about 2 hours long. 128 minutes, there you go. So 2 hours and 8 minutes. Great Clint Eastwood movie. I do not like Clint Eastwood westerns, but I love Clint Eastwood cop movies. So, it's a great double feature here with The Last Dirty Harry and In the Line of Fire. Okay, Blu-ray horror. I know I said before I despise the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes. I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really enjoyed Part 2 with Dennis Hopper. Part 3, you can take it or leave it. Part 4 with McConaughey and what's her name? Whatever. Reese Withers. Is it Reese Withers? No. Matthew McConaughey and the blonde chick, whatever the frig her name is. Terrible. And then Marcus Nispel and the evil Michael Bay made 2003, the remake. I despise these movies. But I am a bit of a completist. And this was $3.99 brand new. So I got the 2003 Jessica Biel Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But please don't think of me too much as a hypocrite, because it does have some really cool special features. There's 3 commentaries. Michael Bay, Marcus Nispel, the director, stars Jessica Biel, Eric Balfour, and more. Alternate opening and ending. Deleted scenes featurette. But what's really cool, what I really bought this for, were the following. There's a comprehensive feature-length documentary, Chainsaw Redo, Making a Massacre. It chronicles the movie's origins, kind of talks about all the Chainsaw movies, and a half-hour documentary on Ed Gein, the Ghoul of Plainfield. Really fascinating documentary on the real-life inspiration for many movies, including Chainsaw and Psycho, Deranged, so many other movies took bits from the real life story of the Butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gein, who, if you're a horror fan, you know who he is. So that's why I really got this. And like I said, it was brand new for $4. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now here's a new one from Anchor Bay. Retro 80s horror done right, it says on the front. And you thought the 80s were dead. Lost After Dark. Now this is Anchor Bay. This is no special features. It co-stars Robert Patrick along with a bunch of stupid teens. And this is a movie that could have came out in 1984, 85, 86 at the height of slasher movie fame. This is just a simple Cabin in the Woods type. Well, I don't want to, not the movie Cabin in the Woods, because that's not simple, but a simple House in the Woods slasher movie. These teens are fucking, smoking, drinking, partying, and we see here they get bloodied up. Robert Patrick, their teacher, well, I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen this, but check this out. I got this at Best Buy for $10. You may still be able to find it there, I don't know. But anything under $15, buy this. It is really a fun watch. If you like 80s slashers, slasher movies. Nothing much else to say about this, because it's not, there's not too much you could say without giving away the entire plot, which is paper thin. But it's 80s slash. It's, you know, it's that kind of movie, and it's fun. As Wes Craven passed away recently, I'm trying to complete my Craven collection. This is definitely not one of his best, but enjoyable enough my soul to take. This is actually in a Blockbuster case. You can see I got this used at FYE. It's got alternate opening, alternate ending, deleted scenes, and a feature commentary with Wes Craven, which was the main reason I got it. Because it's a Craven movie, and because I love listening to Wes Craven talk. I don't love this movie. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure I like it. But again, I got this for like $3 or $4 used at FYE. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, the rest are, there's 6 left, and they're all Scream Factory. Continuing, last month I got The People Under the Stairs. The month before, rather. Last month I got Shocker. Great Scream Factory edition. Reversible cover art. Audio commentary with Wes Craven. Another one with Jacques Aitken, Robert Engelman, and William Goldstein, the composer. All new interviews with Mitch Pileggi, Cami Cooper, and executive producer Shep Gordon. The music of Shocker. A lot of heavy metal guys in this from the 80s. No More Mr. Nice Guy was the song. We see Bob Kulick, brother Bruce Kulick, from the guitarist of Kiss from the 80s. A lot of heavy metal music. And this is an underappreciated movie, I think. It's certainly, and it kind of carries on some of the ideas of Nightmare on Elm Street. There's some dream stuff going on. But Shocker is a really cool Wes Craven movie. The next one is another 80s classic, Witchboard. Blu-ray and DVD combo. This is a really cool movie. Also, the beautiful Tawny Katane. This is a really cool movie. Blu-ray DVD. Not a reversible cover on this. No slip cover. But another Kevin Tenney movie. He does a commentary with some of the actors. There's another commentary, an older one with Kevin Tenney, the producer, and the producers. There's new interviews with Kevin Tenney, Tawny Katane, some of the actors. There's a vintage making of, trailer, TV spots, still gallery, and much more. If you've seen that new movie Ouija, uh, take it out, take it outside, pull out your junk and take a piss on it. Uh, Ouija, whatever. This is the Ouija board movie that you should be watching. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Chock full of special features. You get your Blu-ray, you get your DVD. You get a great movie from 1986 that is 98 minutes. You get beautiful girls. You get great killing scenes. And actually a good story about a Ouija board at the center of the story. So these new PG-13 Ouija movies, Paranormal Activity, 1986 classic Witchboard. Pick it up. And the rest are new ones. They're from Scream Factory, but they're new ones. The Editor is a Canadian movie horror comedy. That is some awesome artwork. So reminiscent of so many other covers. It's a new movie from 2015. It's a Canadian movie that is a horror comedy that really is a takeoff of the Giallo movies and Argento and all that kind of good stuff. It's got a commentary, a couple featurettes, deleted scenes, so on and so forth. But it really is a straight-up send-up of Argento, Bava, and all those 70s Giallo movies. So this is a really fun movie from Scream Factory. The next one, didn't love it, but I liked it. Not Frankenstein's Army, which is different, but Army of Frankenstein. This is also new. 2014, a little bit overly long at 109 minutes. No reversible cover art on this one. Just a Blu-ray. But it's a sci-fi horror hybrid. I won't go into the plot too much. I've only seen it once, so I can't really speak about it that intelligently. But just from reading off the back, they plan to reanimate the original Frankenstein monster, but they go through some kind of parallel universe. They wind up back in the 19th century, Civil War time. It's a fun movie. It's fun. I like to collect the Scream Factory movies. This is by far not the best, but it's a fun movie nonetheless. Here's another new one from IFC Midnight Films. This is 2015. And by the way, Army of Frankenstein had no special features. This is Backcountry. Nothing really supernatural about this. Here's the reversible cover there. And this is basically campers being hunted by killer bears. And it says it does what bears... It does for bears what... Well, here's the exact quote from Dread Central. A must-see. Does for the woods what Jaws did for the ocean. Do I agree? In theory, yes. In practice, no. Again, a fun movie to watch. Not going to go down as a classic. Not going to go in your top 10 or top 20. Maybe in your top 20 of the past year's films. But, past year's horror films, anyway. But this one does have some special features. It's got an audio commentary with the writer-director, behind-the-scenes featurette, trailer, and still gallery. And that's basically it. Bears chasing some campers. I won't spoil anything else for you. And finally, a surprisingly good movie. I had to force myself to watch this. I did not think I was going to like it, but I loved it. And that is The Harvest. Psychological horror. I was going to say at its finest. Maybe not at its finest, but an above-average psychological horror movie. Reversible cover there. Always nice. Really no special features to speak of on this. But there's this family, husband and wife, and they have a son, and the son is sick. We see the son is sick, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's homeschooled, and he makes a friend from a new girl who moves in close by in the neighborhood when her parents die, and she moves in with her grandparents. Her grandfather played beautifully by Peter Fonda in a great role for him. A small role, but a great role for Peter Fonda. Um, and, well, it's just really a freaky movie. And you, if you see the twist coming, you're smarter than I am. Because I did not see the twist coming. But when you see the twist, 2/3 of the movie in, 75% of the movie in, whatever it is, you really kind of go, holy shit, that is an intelligent twist. Really, really unexpected. And of course, what I did not mention is in his first film in nearly 15 years, the director of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, uh, Christ, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. John McNaughton. Boy, big build up to forget the guy's name. But John McNaughton did Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer with Michael Rooker. Fantastic movie. And it's the first sentence in his first film in nearly 15 years, the director of Henry harks back to the depravity that made his 1986 debut a horror milestone. Refreshingly old-school nerve jangler with no need for paranormal monsters or flashy special effects, says the Hollywood Reporter. And I would agree. So, that's the haul for September. Tune in hopefully Halloween Day. I will do my October update. Let me know what you think about this would be September's haul. Let me know what you think. I'm going to drop these, I know it. There it is. Robot Chicken 7, Dark Dreamers, True Romance, Star Trek 4 and 6, Green Mile, Misery, Bubba Hotep, The Deadpool, In the Line of Fire, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 03, Lost After Dark, My Soul to Take, Shocker, Witchboard, The Editor, Army of Frankensteins, Backcountry, and The Harvest. So, pretty good haul for the month of September. Let me know what you think about these movies, if you agree or disagree, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, and hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you again Saturday. Like I said, so far in October, I've got about 31 titles, and I plan on buying a few more before the month is out, and I hope to make that video for Halloween Day. So, have a great week leading up to Halloween. Go out and get yourself Army of Darkness tomorrow, the 27th, and I will see you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace.